What's up, y'all? I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the We Want More podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Moore.
I'm Asante.
And Pepsi, he's in the room right now. It's just us two. We back at the crib today. We on episode 61. Episode 61. Please be sure to subscribe wherever you find your podcast needs at, whether that be on Apple, Spotify. If you listen to this, scroll down, stop right now. Please give us 5 stars. And if you got some words for us, leave a review. That'd definitely be appreciated. And if you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe to that, man. Subscribe to that. But other than that, no show announcements, no community events. But if you do have any community events, send those through. If you feel like you could help us in any way, whether that be graphic design, just anything. If you looking to join the team, hit us up, man. But other than that, I don't know. Yeah, it's been a little while.
Yeah. How you been?
I've been all right. Yeah, last time we recorded was before Thanksgiving. How was your Thanksgiving?
It wasn't bad. I was back in Philly, and Thanksgiving's always good for me. It's never really eventful, which is a good thing. Just get together, eat. You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, Thanksgiving was cool. You saw family?
Yeah.
Yeah. Same. Saw some family. It was cool. One thing that I haven't been home really in a while, and I saw like the different changes in my neighborhood. So like right next to my mom's house, it's a park, and like my mom, she's the block captain, so she got like the city to come clean the park up, install like new lights and stuff like that. Cause like the way the bushes were, it was like somebody could just hide out in there, and I actually think somebody was camping out like had.
What were the bushes like high?
Yeah, like just bushes and weeds and stuff like that. Like so.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, so it was like if you coming home late at night, somebody could just be there. So that happened, and also like they repaved the sidewalk, and it made me think like, like being a block captain. When people think of block captains, they always think like, oh, this person a snitch or this person always.
Yeah, that's
complaining.
exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, but that's what you're supposed to do, because it's like if you don't complain to the city. Shit, them taxes your property taxes, they just gonna use that for like a nice vacation at the end of the year.
Yeah, there should be a lot more community oversight. It's just that whenever somebody gets like, in my experience, like block captains or neighborhood watch, they was just always dickying, and it was never like anything positive. It was like, why are they playing in the street? Why are the kids making noise after fucking sundown, like dumb shit. You know what I mean?
Right. So your block captain was just telling y'all to stop skating.
Literally, like the amount of times I got called, the cops called on me for skating and shit. Yeah. When I was just like a little kid. When I was older, I probably deserved to, be chased. But when I was a kid, it was just little shit,
Yeah. But Thanksgiving was alright. Let me see what else. Other than that, though, it was a good. What I wanted to mention, because from last time we recorded, we briefly mentioned the soundtrack songs.
We should. We should have people send in some like soundtracks that they.
No, and it made me think about a lot of different soundtracks. Cause like one of my homies, he had hit me up. He was like, "Yo, how y'all forget this?" Or like I forgot. We talked about the Space Jam soundtrack, but I forgot that that guy that we shouldn't name, he also did the Life soundtrack.
He
wrote the Life soundtrack.
Robert.
He
wrote the.
I forgot.
That's what I call him now, Robert.
Yeah, I forgot that he wrote "Fortunate" for Maxwell.
Damn.
Right, this nigga is just ruined everything.
You just invade people's consciousness.
Yeah, because
God damn, that nigga's like the George Washington of sexual assault. Like, we know he wasn't the greatest dude ever, but he on our money and shit.
Right. So it made me think about that. But then I was going back listening to other soundtracks, and I know like Will Smith really be going all out for the soundtrack. Cause I forgot like Men in Black soundtrack. Is not really a soundtrack, but the Fresh Prince a Bel-Air theme song. But my favorite has always been the title song of the Wild Wild West.
I've always wanted to like Will Smith more than I do. Like his movies, I've always fucked with.
But I'm gonna play this song real quick because I just need you to hear how Cisco comes in on this.
He had that leather vest ready to go. He was waiting for some cowboy shit. That nigga is so extra. We need people like Cisco
Nah.
today.
Cisco is extra as hell. You gotta be extra to have blonde hair and a belly button tat in the 90s.
The belly button tat is fucking bravo. My hats are off to any man that's willing to pull that shit off.
But you just made me think of another soundtrack that I completely forgot about. Blue Streak.
Yo, that movie is super slept on.
You know he about to come out to a sequel to that.
Blue Streak 2?
Yeah.
So who was in that? It was Martin Lawrence.
Martin Chappelle was in it.
Chappelle was in it.
Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson. Yeah, no.
No, that's Luke Wilson.
How many of them are there?
But yeah, wait, hold up. I want to actually look up that soundtrack, man, because
Luke Wilson was the actor. I think Owen Wilson just like fell into acting.
Oh no, I didn't know that at all.
Because I think they was like fucking with like Wes Anderson. Like them niggas go all the way back. But yeah, who else was in that movie? It wasn't like
Octavia Spencer had a little role in there.
Okay, yeah, there was a decent cast. I mean, Martin Lawrence and Chappelle. That's kind of all you have to say. Because like, how many things did they really do together? And how often do we see like two people that like are super popular do something like that together? Blue Streak was like the so like that's like apparently I think Chappelle's the one that started like the black men wearing a dress thing. Yeah, I think he's the one that like blew up that conspiracy theory first on like Oprah. Yeah, and I think Blue Streak was the movie that like they asked him to do it and he didn't want to do it.
Right. Yeah.
So that movie actually is canonically important.
And now it makes so much sense. Like now that I'm thinking about it, like as I'm playing this video, like I always liked the song on this soundtrack, but it's because in the movie they were stolen diamonds. That's why, man, Hollywood got to step it up. Hollywood definitely got to step it up to bring the best out of these niggas again. Yeah,
they giving like people that made one TikTok a whole fucking career and shit, and they not living up to it. We need. When's the last time you seen Martin Lawrence, Chappelle, Jay-Z all on the same project? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, no, we definitely gotta get the movie soundtracks going again. But I guess shit, we got lives.
I forgot Superfly. We don't want to forget that.
Oh, Superfly.
That's very important.
Yeah, when you originally said Superfly, I thought you was talking about the one that just came out. But we got a lot of topics to talk about, so I guess before we get into that, we can get into some questions from the listeners real quick. All right, so the first question, this was before Thanksgiving. Somebody asks, is there any Thanksgiving foods that do not belong on the table?
Any pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie?
Pumpkin pie. Do not like pumpkin pie. Do not respect pumpkin pie. I don't even acknowledge it.
Okay. No, that's not what I expected. I like everything really. I just don't do no pork. No swine on my table. Yeah, just no pork. I don't do. You do macaroni salad?
It really has to be good.
Yeah, I don't do macaroni salad either.
That's one macaroni salad, potato salad. Like, those are things that you could destroy somebody's like entire evening if you give them the wrong batch of that. But the right batch is amazing. So I definitely am totally like, if nobody good can make it, I'm fine with it not being there.
Okay.
But like, pumpkin pie is my thing because it's like a sweet potato pie is right there. What's the point? Put the pumpkins back outside on the fucking porch and cut a hole in the face. There's no point.
And what I forgot to mention when we talk about Thanksgiving, right? You know that story that went viral about the grandmom that accidentally sent the wrong text to this grandmom on Thanksgiving, like I think this was about 9 years ago at this point. She sent the text. I know what you're talking about. She sent the wrong text to somebody. And also I do want to send like my prayers up to her because looking at Twitter, with Thanksgiving rolling around, they gave us an update. She actually was just diagnosed with breast cancer. So
this is the lady that pulled up to a Thanksgiving, or other people pulled up?
No.
Thanksgiving.
So she sent the text. She thought she was texting her grandson,
right?
But she just texted some random nigga. So, but yeah, she actually did just find out she was diagnosed with breast cancer this year. Which is like sad because like she's in her 60s. She thought this was going to be one of her last mammograms. So, you still make sure you get them checkups. But
yeah, praise up. We don't hate all white people. We can be nice to white people sometimes.
Yeah, but
we don't got like a sound effect. I thought we had like some nice shit. Only one we got is this. And I'm just saying I don't want to use that. I'm not saying that I use that, and I'm saying that it would be rude to do that, which so I'm not going to.
But with this story, so she sent the wrong text to somebody thinking it was her grandson, and the guy responded like, "Hey, can I still come get a plate?" And she was like, "Sure, that's what grandmoms do." Right? Now, to the rest of the world, it's a heartwarming story. But it's some white kid out there that just got his grandmom taken for the last 10 years.
That's honestly like...
And nobody gives a fuck. Nobody checks on what this nigga been up to.
I think that's great. I mean, my solution for reparations, was basically like choke your grandmother out, punch her in the face and shit. But this is a very satisfying alternative where it's like, if you have good white family, share them with some niggas that's hungry. You don't gotta... Yeah. I've had some time to soul search. Yeah. And I feel like my whole stance on like, beat up your grandparents, that doesn't make too much sense. Who's going to bake your cookies?
It's some reverse slavery.
Yeah. Run out your grandmother.
Your grandmom got to put a nigga on the titty. Cause damn, I didn't even look at it that way. Cause I was just looking at it from the standpoint, I don't even like when my cousins try to claim my grandma.
Yeah, like when you want like or when she cooks something like that you really like, and then you realize you gotta share that with 10 other people, right? That shit sucks. Yeah. So, I think it'd be cool. I would share my grandmother with some white children so they could finally have their ass beat for the first time in their lives and see what it's like to not talk back to somebody and shit.
Hear somebody tell them, "Yo, you either gonna stay inside or outside."
Have somebody tell them to stop fucking slamming the fucking screen door. That could turn things around.
Do white people have screen doors?
Yeah, there's screen doors on trailer parks, on trailer homes. Screen doors are like, basic poor people shit. Because, I mean, like, rich people don't have screen doors. They got the glass shit. Right. Or, like, they might just have a thick-ass door. Right. But, like, exactly. I grew up with a screen door. Same. Like, and the screen was ripped the fuck out, torn up. Like, it looked like somebody just slashed it with a knife. But we still had that bitch up with duct tape and all that shit. Why not?
All right. Somebody asked, I like this question a lot. Somebody said, would you rather have dicks for fingers or a finger as a dick?
A finger as a dick or a dicks for fingers? Well, that kind of rules out sucking my thumb when I sleep. So I might want to have fingers where my dick would be, right? That's the option?
That's going to be some good ass sleep, though. God damn it, I done busted my mouth again.
Having nocturnal emissions up your own nose just sounds like, that don't sound good. But so it's like I got dicks right here or I got fingers right here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, ask the question again?
You can either have dicks for fingers.
Dicks for fingers.
Or a finger as your dick.
Or a finger as my dick. Yeah. If I got a finger as my dick, everybody's squirting. You don't even got to fucking figure nobody out if you got a finger for a dick. Because the only problem with dicks is there's no joints. If dicks had joints, then we'd all be fucking good. There'd probably be world peace right now. That means everybody can fucking make somebody come.
Yeah, I'm being there hitting right angles and all of that.
Exactly. Like, wait, is it a skinny finger or is it a thick ass dick looking finger? Like, if my dick looked like a finger, then that'd be good. But if it was like this finger as my dick, then it probably would just be like not a good thing. And
it also depends which finger. Cause don't give me a pinky.
Yeah, that depends. I don't know. Dick fingers just sounds like. Dick fingers sounds like a tap dancer from the 30s. First of all, but dick fingers is probably not good because like, you know how you eat chicken wings and you. I don't want to do that. It's unsightly. You eat some chicken wings and then you end up busting a nut. Like.
No, this just blue cheese, y'all.
Whoever asked that is kind of a genius. Yeah. That's a real philosophical discussion.
Yeah. And the last one, this one like more serious. I like, somebody said, what are some things you do or say to keep you positive? Like, you know, just when you're going through tough times and you feel like things are snowballing, how do you push through that?
Well, now I would probably say at least my dick's not a finger. Like, if you think about that, that would be a hard life. Like, what if you was the only nigga with a finger dick? That shit would be hard. I don't know. What do you got?
I guess, like, you know, how do I stay positive when I'm going through tough times? For me, it's always like, you know, one of the things I always think about is like, bad stuff is going to happen, and like worrying about it won't stop it from happening. So it's like when something bad does happen, it's just like, all right, you just gotta deal with it. It's like or stressing about something that's already happened. It isn't going to change the fact that it did happen. It's like, all right, now it's like, how can we move forward past this?
Yeah, you got to get into it. It takes a while because I definitely was like a very worrisome person at some point. But these days, I'm just like, if there's nothing I can do about it immediately, I'm gonna work on some other shit. Yeah. I'm gonna go get groceries. Like, I'm not worried about some other shit if I can't do nothing about it.
Right.
So that's a good one.
Yeah, because sometimes it's like, you know, finding something to take my mind off it at the moment. If it is like a minor hassle, but if it is something major, you know, it's just about pushing on to the next day. Only thing that could like really heal, or only thing that helps heal certain things or certain situations is just time. So just giving yourself grace and being patient with yourself.
Yeah, time was the one thing. Like, if I could give a serious one, life is like a long fucking process. Like, you think about how like old your grandparents are or some shit. Like, life can be super fucking long. So like, we like, I don't know, time is like not real as a concept or whatever the fuck. Right. But like, we stress over time a lot, and we gotta realize like, well, I'm 27. How old are you now? 32. Yeah. So we have a lot of fucking years before we hit like 50.
Right.
And 50 years old is, I mean, in our line of work, that's like a badge of honor, being like a 50-year-old comic. And there's definitely other shit that like age, there comes a wisdom and a grace with it and shit. So like, you ever do like a plank for a minute and you're like, damn, this is a long ass minute. Like, think about how much, if you think about time like that, where it's like, you could fit a lot of actual like positive shit in this time, so that when you eventually do become old, because we all will, we're all gonna turn old, we're all gonna turn into fucking dirt and return to the earth. So like, you got a lot of time to play with if you play your cards right. So you really gotta just work on that. Maximize your time. That's my shit. Like, you might not get to do everything you want, but you know, fuck it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about shit.
All right, let me see. I guess we get into some topics from the week, man. From the past few weeks. First, since
you don't got no other questions.
No, everything else was like just kind of like Thanksgiving related stuff like that.
Oh, okay. All right. What's going on in the world right now?
So I guess first, like, since we last recorded, you know, Drake, he filed 2 lawsuits.
Yeah, that's funny.
He filed 2 lawsuits. One against, I think they're both against the record label, but like one is like basically saying that the record label created bots and they boosted the streams of Not Like Us for his takedown.
Universal, right?
Yeah.
So
which is also the label that he's part of.
Yeah, so Kendrick and Drake are both a part of Universal.
Yeah.
And he's basically, I don't know what he's trying to get at here, but like,
he's basically saying that they're trying to hurt his value in future negotiation. So like so they could have more leverage to get him on a lower deal.
Yeah,
right?
That's actually a great point. I don't know if that's gonna hold up in court, but
I don't think it's gonna hold up.
There's bots. He's using them too.
And that's what I don't like about this, because it's like, all right, I do think there is bots. I think there's all types of algorithm games being played in all different industries to push certain artists and entertainers, but don't just speak out on it. If this is something that's really happening, he should have been speaking out about this, because I know it's been bots or streams that probably boosted guys playing Tootsie Slide, all types
Oh
of
yeah,
shit.
bots are like probably the most, and it's like it's the most famous people that are using them.
Not even
You know
just
what I
that.
mean?
You remember the bots that was going at Pusha T with the salamander the shit?
I don't think I remember that. He's having sex
It
with
was,
Salomon. I don't remember this, and I
yeah.
was like very attentive to the whole
Yeah.
Pusha T beef because that I feel like still that might have been. We didn't get as good of songs out of it, but I feel like that was a more entertaining time for me because that was a time when, I mean, goddamn, you think about it, you add it all up, it's like first the blackface pictures
Yeah.
and pedophile accusations. If you put all that together, I'm just now realizing like that's all the same person. God damn. And I'm not even saying he did it or whatever the fuck, but like I'm not like saying I'm not taking a side even though I'm not on his side. That's just a lot to fucking
Fight back from.
Yeah, like all Tupac did was call Biggie fat. If we keep it a buck, like
Yeah.
he said you fat and I fucked your bitch. Like you can say that about anybody.
Yeah.
But like you did blackface and you fuck kids. That's wild.
But that was the other lawsuit that he's filing too. He was filing a defamation suit saying that, you know, the thing said and not like us is really attacking his character. And it's like, this is what this rap is about.
Yeah.
This is what this rap is about. And I don't know if you remember, like, so Drake, he put out 2 songs before Kendrick even responded. He put out the first song, Push Ups, then he put up that Teller Made freestyle, which was the one that had the Tupac and Snoop AI voices.
Right.
And when he was rapping at Tupac, he even said it. He was like, go ahead. Tell him, he said, tell him that he like young girls. So it's like, Drake, you knew this was coming. You the one that told him to rap about it. So that, and then the father's defamation lawsuit saying that like it's attacking your character. It's like, this could be, I don't think this is going to work out for Drake either way because like both suits. One, the defamation case because of like he attacked Kendrick in the same way. He said he said his wife or like, you know, his girlfriend, he said her children were fathered by somebody else. He said that Kendrick beat her. Like
that's defamation.
He made wild accusations. And then with the whole streaming thing, it's like, I think he was the top artist. He was still the top artist streaming wise on Spotify. So the pseudo label and Spotify saying that they were boosting streams, it's kind of like, it reminds me of like the whole Trump situation. When, you know, how everybody was saying like his supporters were saying the 2020 election was rigged. Now this one is the one that's true.
Yeah, because in my eyes, I wasn't scared of Trump losing this year, but I was thinking like, would they ever accept a loss? Like, will they ever be willing to accept a loss again?
Right.
Just not even this year, but like 4 years from now when another dude's running, like, are we gonna have this discussion every time?
Mm.
So yeah, that's weird. That's a lot of money to send back and forth between lawyers and shit for some shit that really don't seem like it would work out.
Right.
Like, you can't, like, isn't parody law like? There's a similar version of that for music, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can't I can't say like I shot somebody in a song and you use that in court. Right. So like why would you be able to do that in this case?
Yeah.
So that's weird.
I mean, but after all of this, where does Not Like Us rank as far as diss tracks to you?
As far as like enjoyable diss tracks, I think that's in the top 5. It still isn't as it's still not as like Hit 'Em Up is still above it.
No, I'm really not a big Hit 'Em Up fan. I love Tupac, but like,
what about Ice Cube, No Vaseline?
Yeah, no, but honestly, after this whole lawsuit, I think this might be the top one.
I can't think of one that's like
that got a nigga to sue.
Yeah,
they got in like this. This is the first time. I mean, we've seen diss tracks make people get shot. We've never seen a diss track make a nigga go to court and say, "Yo, y'all hear how he talking about me?" So I think this is definitely up there at the top of the list. You did you listen to the album more?
Oh no, yeah, I listened to it like a few times because I was traveling, so I like would give it a couple listens. I fuck with it,
bro. I'm loving this album. It was a few songs on there that like it's kind of unorthodox because of that West Coast flow, but the bounces that these other rappers are hitting on there, like I like how like this whole wave that they on right now. But I will say in the situation, do you see outside of just Kendrick and Drake situation, now it's like Kendrick and Schulz beef.
Yeah, Kendrick Lamar versus Andrew Schulz.
And
the beef we were all waiting for.
And you know, I don't want to talk about him again too much, especially like just like I don't even like publicly talking about like other comics.
Yeah, I don't want to. I'm definitely not really trying to criticize other people's jokes.
Yeah, no, I'm all for like the attempt of a joke, even if it is a bad joke or the joke might be out of taste. You don't know if a joke is out of taste until you actually perform it. So I will say that, but people are upset because one of the things that Schulz said on his podcast, he said that he basically said that, you know, the people in Kendrick circles will fuck him up, but if it was just him and Kendrick one-on-one, he would make love to him, and the only thing Kendrick basically could decide if he wanted to do is like, is that consensual or not? I
think people underestimate the lengths that straight white dudes are willing to go into some gay shit to prove a point or to win like an argument.
And that's what same. That's like I went to a white college.
Yeah,
I went to a white college. We hang with white comics, so we know how they joke. So, you know, I saw a lot of people taking it the route of to buck breaking. They started equating this to slavery, right? As saying like this is the master trying to say he's. Where I look at it is like it's subjective of whether it's distasteful or not. But I look at it as like this is somebody making a joke more so about the comparison of their size, like him being tall versus Kendrick height. Now,
yeah, I feel like if people used to, I don't think all these people have watched Jackass in like the 2000s because they just be doing gay shit.
Yeah,
and it's just like dicks and butts are just funny to white dudes.
Bro,
and
I seen Johnny Knoxville stick a Hot Wheels car up somebody else.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like they just do that type of shit. I'm not defending it. I'm just saying like if you're not looking at it with the understanding that these niggas just be out of pocket a lot, then you might be surprised by some shit. I'm not saying that blah, 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 blah. I'm just saying niggas gotta stop acting surprised. Do your research. Watch Jackass. Watch fucking Steve-O swallow a goldfish or whatever the fuck he did. No, I remember he stapled like something on his like ass. Yeah. That nigga's wild. He did swallow a goldfish too though.
Yeah. Cause with them like with this whole back and forth thing, you know, so I think it is more so just about that, about a joke about size. Now, I do understand that how the LA dudes are responding, like the people in Kendrick's circle, I get how they responding, and they don't like it because these is real niggas from the streets. Like, these is niggas that's been in prison and probably been around people that had their ass taken.
Yeah. That shit is not a joke to me. Getting your ass taken, that shit is real fear.
Yeah.
That's worse. That's higher on night than like second 9/11 for me. I'm more scared of that than terrorists, Hezbollah, whatever the fuck. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. I'm scared of getting pulled over and not knowing I got a warrant, and now my fucking shit getting clapped. That's the shit that scared me. So it doesn't. He could joke about whatever he want, but if a nigga punch you for the most real fear on earth, then there's nothing you can do about that.
And that's why like comics really do got to be careful, because it's like I know he's joking, right? But when it comes to entertainment, for the most part, we all got to pass through New York and LA. It ain't like this a city like this is Santa Fe, New Mexico, or somewhere like this is somewhere in Montana or the middle of nowhere. This is like a major hub for entertainment. So comedians and that's why I try to be mindful about what we joke about, right? Because it only take a nigga. We have a job where anybody could find us on any given day.
Yeah. It's really dangerous.
Like we post We post exactly where we gonna be at exactly whatever time, and we show up by ourselves.
Yeah, and there's a picture of us, like, so you know, like, that's me.
Right. And then a lot of times, shit, somebody could book us and don't even give us the money. We just willing to go there. Or this person say they gonna give us this amount. So we're doing like, fortunate enough, he's at the point where, he could pick and choose where he wants to go, but it's like his circle, his other guys that he does the pod with. So it's like, I definitely don't want to see like it go any further.
Yeah, if you start calling out somebody in a gang with me sitting next to you, I'm not going to just sit there and let that shit happen. I'm going to edit it out. You're not getting me fucked up or have my ass taken for nobody.
Yeah, but
I play on fire here, people. A man's ass is sacred.
No, but I guess yeah. To keep it in music, you see Jack Harlow, he making his return. They said he's soft launching like his deniggered.
Yeah, he denigifying.
Yeah,
he's it's like dehumidifying, but it's black. So there was a video of him singing an Elvis song, which is, innocent in a way. You're just singing a song. But if you know the pattern of white artists and black spaces, then you know that once they get a certain level of popularity,
yeah,
they gonna make that full on white turn. So obviously Elvis is one to go with too, because that's one that niggas do not fuck with at all.
Right, yeah.
I don't know nobody. I don't know nobody black that fucks with Elvis. So that's weird. You know what I mean? Like if I was a pop star in Mexico, and I had like a podcast, and I decided to have on the lady that shot Selena, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. I feel like I would get some backlash.
Right.
I'd be like, well, I just thought she was a great person, so I wanted to talk to her. They wouldn't like that. So there's context there. Yeah, and this is why I've never trusted. I've fucked with some white artists, but Jack Harlow, I've never. I mean, but I've never been a fan.
That's why I fuck with Eminem. Eminem has always stayed
fucking trailer trash to his core.
Yeah,
he doesn't try to pretend he's not.
Like, you can say what you want about him, but he's always stayed in like his rap bag and always just bigging up the pioneers. He's never, because that's a lot of things I see with white artists now, where they say where they'll make a rap song or they'll make an entry into like hip hop or our world, and then when it gets big, and people will ask them like, how does it feel like being like a hip hop artist, or how did you get into rap or this genre coming from where you come from, and then they'll always take the turn of, I'm not a rapper, I'm just an artist.
Yeah, they treat some shit that like in its inception that was people's lives, like right. that was everything. Now it's different, but you're still treating like the essence of a culture as disposable.
Right.
Miley Cyrus did the same shit. Post Malone did the same shit.
Yeah, Kid
Rock. Like, it's fine to be white and in a black art form. It's totally fine. But there's nobody that would go for that shit. Like, if he came out as like a fucking just like he was in a metal band or some shit, and he was like, you know what? I was trying that, but then now I want to do country. Mm-hmm. Nobody that fucked with him initially would follow you that way, because they'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I thought you was real.
Right.
And you doing this shit. So yeah, this is why I don't trust white artists. And it's our fault too. If you think about it, like, we let the nigga in. Mm-hmm. We treat our own shit as disposable, where like you have artists, they not artists. These niggas is like, I rap because there's money in it.
Right.
And
yeah.
they'll tell you that. It's like, I don't give a fuck about this rap shit. I'm in the streets, and that's cool. But it's like,
right. Yeah. It's just
the white dude gonna do the same shit.
It's just a hustle.
Yeah. So I mean, you can't ask somebody to care about your shit more than you care about it.
Oh well, shit. You see Dave Blunt's?
We should explain Dave Blunt's. I don't even know how to explain it.
Dave Blunt's. He's a new up and comer, and that's weird because I don't even know these niggas. I don't want. They not R&B. They're not R&B singers, but at the same time they not rappers. It's a weird combination. Where exactly is Dave Blunt's from? Dave Blunt's. He's 500-pound rapper, and it says Damn, this article right here says 500-pound rapper Dave Blunt's lifestyle habits revealed. Nigga, we see his lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's.
They don't even show where he from. All it's like you look this nigga up and they just say 500 pounds.
Yeah, and he recently was spotted performing at which was said he was performing at a Juice World concert with a cup of lean in his hand, and he was on stage with a cup of lean and an oxygen tank, and at that point, I feel like your people should be charged with all types of crimes.
Yeah, somebody should have whooped your ass at 400, nigga. 500 pounds is insane.
Like,
nigga, you should be allowed to be checked in for like food rehab. I will say like some people have like if you have a disability,
yeah,
it's easier to put on weight because you like
right
never was able to walk.
Right, but
that's no excuse for the people around you to let you get to be 500 pounds. That's insane. That means niggas don't give a fuck about you at all.
I'm gonna play this clip right here. This is him singing on stage. Right. Only nigga that I've ever seen on stage that has to like perform on a couch with an oxygen tank. This shit is sad because we know artists, we know labels sign rappers and watch them get in all types of like criminal involvement, knowing that criminal involvement or like just beefs, knowing that the lifespan of this artist is going to be short and we going to be able to like we going to be able to take all his rights. Yeah. It's a label out there that we need to get everything out of we need to get everything we can from this nigga in the next year because he don't got that long.
Honestly, like it sounds like I'm joking. I'm really being serious. This nigga could die today. Like it literally could be like that. All he gotta do is take a nap that's too long, and his body just won't let him back up.
No, seriously.
I'm not even joking. His heart is screaming for some release.
Cause that should not. All our skeletons is shaped the same way.
Yeah. So
what's a skinny nigga up under all of that weight?
And it's like a serious. This is like watching somebody that's like skinny, like bone, like a heroin addict that's like bony.
Right.
Like that motherfucker's about to die if they don't get help.
But you keep watching them shoot up every day.
Yeah. And that's what we doing here. And it really is just fucking. It's tragic, man. Like we laughing at the nigga, and he look like Barney. It's a little funny, but like it's an addiction. Food is like food is poison in this country, nigga. It's a drug.
Should be tasting too good. Should be too seasoned.
Oh yeah, that's a real that's some real shit. Like highly, I think they call them like it's like highly palatable foods, something like that. It's like an absurd amount of sugar and salt in the food. So where you start eating Cheez-Its, you cannot put them down. That is not how food's supposed to work.
Bro, Cheez-Its got me in a chokehold. Cheez-Its, all types of gummies. That's why I really have been trying to like switch when I get that craving. That's why I just bought like a bunch of like berries.
Yeah,
like
that's how you gotta do it.
Strawberries, blackberries, blueberries.
Yeah, we Dr. Sebi.
Yeah,
I'm
gonna have to stop fucking with grapes though, man.
Really?
I love grapes, but they too damn expensive.
Yeah, grapes are I thought grapes used to just spoil in my fridge when I was growing up.
Bro, I just bought a bag of grapes. That shit was $13.
That's bullshit. There's no fruit I've ever bought other than grapes that's that much.
Yeah.
Pineapples, watermelon.
But that's what I'm saying. A watermelon, a big ass watermelon shouldn't cost more than some grapes.
Cherries, blueberries, strawberries, all of them are like, if I get some blueberries and they're $6, I'm gonna be mad about it.
Right.
Like if that's my only option, I'm gonna be upset because that's a lot.
Yeah. So it's like
grapes don't even go on nothing. You gotta eat grapes alone. You can put blueberries on anything. You put strawberries on anything. You can't put grapes on some fucking yogurt. You can't put grapes on your cereal.
Right, yeah. You can't make no grape pancakes.
Yeah, you can't do shit with grapes, but bite them. That's really fucking.
Yeah.
And shit.
Paid.
As much as money he about to get, they need to get him some grapes. They honestly need to just lock him in a room for a week, then just let him starve. Because that's some bullshit. We really need to like.
No, that shit is fucked up because this nigga can't even walk on his own. So he's not getting up and going to the kitchen. Like, there's a lot of people following this man.
They need to like just fucking surgically insert some roller skate wheels on his back so he could just lay down and just push himself to propel forward. There's no fucking way. And you telling me you got people in your life that's letting you eat, nigga?
No, but once he go down the hill, he gonna be like Juggernaut.
He's unstoppable. It's like a speeding bullet. Just let him curl up into a ball. You'll never stop him.
Man, we gotta do something about grapes though, man.
Yeah, grapes and
cause it's
day
like,
blunts.
yeah, cause shit, grapes should not be costing Five Guys prices.
It's disgusting. It really is. Cause produce is supposed to be like the healthy thing. You know what I mean? Like it all ties back to the same shit where it's like, all right, not him. He don't got no excuse to be 500 pounds unless somebody shot him in both his knees. But like some people are big and they say like, you know, it's hard to figure out how to eat healthy. Sometimes it's expensive. And they actually like write about that shit. Like to try to make actual meals like on weekdays with fucking asparagus and lettuce and Brussels sprouts and like carrots. Like it takes a lot.
Even like, with Philly, I honestly think Philly is actually the biggest food desert in the country.
I didn't know that, but no Philadelphian staple is something that human beings should really eat.
Right. Yeah.
Cheesesteaks.
Yeah.
Pretzels is like just a fucking bread with salt.
Water ice.
Water ice is just sugar, water.
Yeah.
They be giving niggas bullshit. Yeah, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch what you eat because they really sneaking drugs into this shit, man. Fucking antibiotics or probiotics or whatever the fuck in the chicken. That's why you gotta watch what you eat because your dick might not get hard no more if you eating the wrong shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And she think you're not turned on by her. No, I want you, but it's my diet.
Yeah, bitch, I'm farting. I can't get a boner. I've since fixed my life, but it's been times, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't
lay dick right if you bloated.
Yeah, you fucking run out of stamina. You got to make sure you have to be able to run if you're black. At all times. There's no reason you can't run. You should always be able to run. Somebody is always after you. Black people, Jewish people should always be able to run.
Did you see this past week the CEO, United Healthcare CEO, was targeted and killed?
He should have ran.
Yeah,
he had no fucking survival instincts at all.
It's a lot of theories about this. So yeah, the United Healthcare CEO, he was shot and passed away this past week in Midtown Manhattan.
Yeah. It's sad,
It's sad, but this is like the most American thing ever, that we fixing our healthcare system with guns.
Oh, hold up. I know that. Okay, so there's still a manhunt, but apparently they found pictures. I mean, they found like where he went and shit, like the guy that shot him.
But I think the guy that shot him actually disappeared into Central Park. Like it's certain theories.
Yeah,
that,
I've heard
like,
so many theories.
He went to Central Park, or like he got on a bus.
Yeah,
like the George Washington bridge, and got the jersey and then just disappeared from there. Or there's also the theory that when rich people are in trouble, they sometimes hire their own hitman because they're afraid to do it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because when a healthcare CEO gets murdered after running a company that denies people's claims, obviously people are going to be happy about that shit. And I was just thinking, like, this guy really might not be the hero we all want him to be. He might have just been a hired gun because, I mean, a CEO, there could be a million reasons to kill him,
Right.
If you're a colleague, an affair, like simple shit.
Right, yeah.
So he might not even be like a guy that's like, I'm tired of this, I'm going out to kill this guy.
No, but they did say on the shell casings that it was some words inscribed.
It was
deny, dispose. What was it?
Yeah.
It was 3
deny,
words.
depose, I think defend.
Yeah.
Because like lost, it was like deny claims, depose the insurance customers, whatever, and then I think defend lawsuits. Yeah, and it's like I want to make sure I'm clear on this. It's like it's still sad when somebody has to die for us to prove a point, but it's like that's what happened, nigga. You can't. There should be no reason you could be able to do a job that negatively affects people's lives so you walk around comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
There's no fucking way.
Right.
Like you shouldn't be able to do. Like you shouldn't be able to work for Kellogg's and you lay off a whole fucking factory because they want to unionize,
right?
And you think you just can sit around and nobody want to you,
right? And he's denying, like, you know, the company denying claims, but I believe his salary was like $20 million a year.
That's why they deny shit. I mean, anytime like a company has like layoffs or you know they raise prices on some shit, they try to make it seem like an economic thing, but really they're just trying to make sure they can keep making money. Yeah. And it has to be more. Like if you a CEO, you're not supposed to make the same money you made last year. Your shit's supposed to go up, so that's gonna be on somebody else's ass if it's got to be that. So yeah, of course he got shot. Yeah,
and you know with that, one of the effects of this is that a lot of companies are taking down the leadership members, like, you know, on the websites. They're taking it down so you can't know who the CEOs and the COOs, CFOs, and all of these people, the ones making the decisions. People are taking down that list off their websites because they don't want anybody else to get targeted. But it's like, niggas, do your jobs then help us.
Well, they are. That's the thing. I feel like they are doing their jobs because we have a terrible health insurance system because it's working. It's working the way it's supposed to work.
Terrible healthcare.
It's working the way it's designed to work.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm glad these niggas are scared. There's no reason you should be able to like fucking like pharmaceutical companies. Mm-hmm. There's no reason the Sackler family should be should think that the only consequences coming to them are financial. You know, you cause the opium epidemic. Mm-hmm. You should think like, okay, there's gonna be a lot of like toothless white people with pitchforks coming after us. Mm-hmm. Well, there's gonna be a lot of fucking or I'm going to hell. You know what I mean? Like you're going to hell. Like, this nigga's going. He's in hell. Yeah. I hope people know this. It's like it don't matter what your consequences are on this planet, because in the further realms that we all will end up in, whatever the fuck you believe in, if you believe in a hell, letting somebody's grandma die is saying you going to hell, nigga.
Yeah, and
I mean R.I.P. I guess, but like, yeah, nigga, you can't fuck up people's lives.
And you know they had a shooter lookalike contest.
Yeah, I saw that.
This shit is really like this really upsetting me. Like it's still making me angry. The whole Jordan Neely case.
Oh yeah. So
Jordan Neely, he was on the subway. He was on the subway, and you know they say he was threatening passengers. This was a homeless, unhoused street performer.
No, he was homeless. I don't like unhoused. You like unhoused? Seriously?
No, I don't like unhoused at all.
It doesn't really make any sense, does it?
No, the niggas still living outside.
Yeah, and I think they say unhoused. Like, I think the reason is because if you say somebody's unhoused, it kind of puts the blame on like us as a society for not housing them. Like, I think that's the purpose.
Okay, that would make
sense. I don't think that the nigga still don't got a house,
right?
So I don't think you're really solving any problem by introducing a new academic term.
Yeah, I don't think homeless people like, excuse me.
Yeah,
I'm unhoused.
Yeah, they're not reading the fucking psychology journals to find out what the current consensus is on their like mental conditions or whatever the fuck. Like,
no, but this is a whole different side point that made me think of you know Elon Musk, like his son's weird ass name. You know he got a weird ass, like his son is like with like it's like XA symbols and shit like that.
Yeah.
And somebody made a good point. They was like, this nigga's son is basically named the Wi-Fi password, but he can't understand people wanting different pronouns.
Yeah. He's a fucking grifter. I don't believe a single. I believe he's obsessed with memes and Twitter, and he's a South African, so he is a bad person just by law. But I doubt that he, in his actual heart, believes that like the non-binary people are a real problem. I think he just knows his fan base. Yeah. I think he knows who's willing to give him money.
Yeah.
Cause like if your whole shit is like, think about somebody like Bernie Sanders, like all the people he appeals to.
Right.
That shit ain't helped him with nothing. He ain't get no office. He's not really being able to pass no fucking bills. Like he's doing it. If you look at his career, Bernie Sanders has done some decent shit, but it's like the people he appeals to.
But like in the last like 10, 12 years of like him running for like president and all of that.
Yeah, ain't no money in that shit. Trying to be a nice person. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like you could. He probably like rich people like Vermont, Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? Like it's rich white people that'll like donate to causes and shit, like philanthropists, whatever the fuck. There's money in that for sure. But being like a conservative grifter, there's so much more money in that shit because they feel like they're oppressed, but they actually have like businesses and shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like a plumber that has his own business and he's scared of like taxes. That guy's got fucking money.
Right. But he was actually one of the people like defending the person that committed this act. So it was a situation where Jordan Neely, he was on the train, street performer, and they said he was threatening passengers, like just acting erratic and yelling at people. Just typical shit you see on a New York train. Yeah. And this guy, Daniel Penny, I believe he's ex-military. He gets on, he takes it upon himself to say, I need to save everybody. And he puts him in a chokehold. Puts him in a chokehold, and he's holding him. And of course, like, you're choking me out, and I don't know you. Yes, I'm going to fight back. Yes, you're choking me is naturally for me to flow my arms and swing and kick. And he does this until Jordan goes unconscious. And he goes unconscious, and he's still holding a lock. And when he later, like, lets him go, like, minutes later, you know, paramedics try to, like, resuscitate him, and they later pronounced him dead on the scene.
Yeah, that situation is funny to me, just because it really, there's so many, like, issues where we just decide to look at so many different aspects. Right. But I feel like the one thing, if we could all agree on this, if I choke somebody out and they're no longer a threat, am I allowed to continue choking them until they could possibly die? Right. Are there any situations where you're allowed to do that? Right. Like,
and
come on.
And that's why, like,
we argue about the wrong shit. It don't matter about their race. Like, you can't choke people until they die.
Right. Like, your actions led to someone's death. And in this, you know, they actually did announce this week that they're dropping a more serious charge of manslaughter, and they're going to, like, try it for, like, negligent homicide. Yeah. Which holds a maximum of 4 years. Say he was threatening people. You know, I'll fuck you up or stuff like that. That, like you said, it doesn't, and with him being homeless, that doesn't give you the right to, like, decide whether his life matters or not. That's why, like, even, like, you know, I really don't like how, especially, like, in the city that we live in, we come across homeless people all the time. And I had to catch myself a few times. I remember getting on the train, like, you know, because this time of year is nothing but homeless people on the train, like, sleeping and stuff. And just being mad, like, come on, man, this nigga, like, don't smell, like, he's stinking up the train and stuff like that. But then you have to think, like, yo, I gotta be on this train for a half hour. This is life. So
yeah. Oh, that's a great. Yeah. I mean, even if he let him go, and you know what I mean, like, you really do gotta live like that. Like, we already punishing a nigga. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Like, how much more do you want a nigga to go through? He gotta die now too. Yeah, I had what was I think? All right, so my whole thing is, like, if you want to take it upon yourself to, like, be a hero and stop somebody from the shit, that's one thing. But I just wish people would just focus on the issue. Like, you kill somebody, so you did something. Being a vigilante is not legal. Mm-hmm. So instead of letting authorities handle some shit, I take some shit into my own hands, and somebody dies. How is that not a clear-cut case? Like, we just be arguing about shit constantly.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why? All these years later, removed after George Zimmerman. Yeah. And, like, shit's still happening.
And it's like, I just want people to think about it. Like, even if you're a racist, you got to do a lot of mental backflips to really try to justify some of this shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, all right, fine. If you want black people to die, I get it. I'm not going to argue with you. But if you really trying to, like, look at this from an actual human standpoint, if you can grab a dude, you on a train, you could push him off the fucking train and then let the door close. Mm-hmm. It's cops on every fucking platform. Yeah. So it's more likely there's gonna be cops on the platform than on the train. So you hold a nigga for 5 minutes for what? Like, He said he was like threatening to kill people, which I believe. Somebody threatened to kill everybody on the train when I was on it. Somebody threatened to kill me on the train when I was on it. So like, it happens. I'm not even gonna say that as not realistic, but come on,
bro. I remember I was on the train once, and this nigga was asking people for money, and then like this lady looked at the guy. And he was like, well, I'll smack the shit out you, right? And then he was like, and I'm watching this, and he was like, I'll smack the shit out of anybody that looked my way. I put my head down. Yeah. I'm like, let me not make eye contact with this nigga.
Yo, that's how that shit be, man. Like, I'm not trying to fucking, you don't win. The guy that fucking choked out the guy, like, he ain't win nothing.
That nigga's, first of all, you have to be mentally insane to choke a homeless person.
Yeah. Because there's no fucking way. Every time a homeless dude disrespect me, I think about, like, if I put my hands on him, I lose.
I might lose my hands.
Yeah, like, I might have fucking gangrene, dude. Like, I don't want to fucking get gangrene. Homeless people got Civil War illnesses. You don't know? And it's like another thing.
You fight a homeless nigga, end up with polio.
Yo, like, you going back in time with these, end up with fucking scurvy because you want to be a goddamn hero. What are you people fucking doing?
Yeah, man.
It's like, I don't think laws matter, but if everybody's telling me that laws matter, can they fucking matter once? But I don't. It's funny to me that, like, the severity of your crime dictates how long you go to jail for.
Mm-hmm.
So if I kill somebody by accident, I might not get as much time as if I killed some guy that, like, put his hands on my sister just in an instant. Like, I meant to kill him. It's premeditated, all that. After the nigga's dead, I don't want to hurt nobody else. But if I'm killing people by accident, who's to say I don't fucking kill somebody else by accident? Who's to say I'm a better driver now after the 4 years as opposed to 20 years? And, like, I don't believe. I don't really believe in.
That is a good ass point.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Like, I got my target. Now the rest of y'all is fine.
Yeah, like, I'm good. Now if I'm like a demon, I'm out just shooting random people, shooting up houses. I understand that, but I get in a disagreement with somebody. Disagreement over. I'm ready to eat some pancakes. I don't want to kill nobody else. Who the fuck wants that on their conscience? A bunch of murders and shit. Like a regular person. No regular person wants to kill everybody. We just want to kill one nigga. This one nigga, everybody in the world, if we could get away with killing him, we would do it. Who's yours? You don't got to say the real one if you don't want to. Only reason I won't say it is because I don't know the nigga last name.
Well, who?
You don't know. If I knew his last name, I would write his name down in a death notebook right away.
And also, man, like, you know, like politics and news, Joe Biden actually did pardon his son. He pardoned Hunter Biden after saying, you know, people were upset about this because initially he said he wouldn't. He said he would let the law just play out as it should. And, you know, the conservatives, the Republicans, they were really upset about this, saying, like, once again, another lie. Where does, like, the law stand in this country? It's like, y'all just voted for a nigga with 34 felonies. What are we talking about?
Yeah, this world that we live in right now is so hard. It's hard to get a grasp on reality. Reality is like a greased pig right now. Reality is like a ditty covered in oil right now. Like, I just can't get a grip on reality. Like, what is right and what's actually wrong? I don't even know anymore. What are we allowed to accept? Yeah,
and, you know, shit, I would do the same. I would definitely pardon my son. I mean, the stuff he was doing was wild, but it was just like, you know, drug parties. I think he did have a weapon charge, but it was just like, one, you got to be thankful that he didn't do any more wild shit. If my dad was the president, y'all niggas couldn't tell me nothing. You know, and like, we talked about the life that he had before. He lost his mom and his older sister, I believe, in a car accident which he was in and fractured his skull. So I'm sure he's dealt with some physical and mental trauma from that.
Yeah, he definitely deserves to smoke crack with prostitutes. We gotta stop acting like that's a big deal, first of all. The guns charge, anything violent, sure. But it's like he's smoking crack, hanging out, and getting top from prostitutes.
We know him as prostitutes. He knows them as friends.
Yeah, and even if
these the homies.
Yeah, like, and what you got your dad's a president, and you're not gonna give your fucking girl that sucked you off, your best friend that gave you head, you're not gonna give her no money. What kind of monster would do that? What kind of asshole? She helps you get fucking drugs, and you just give her nothing. That's rude. And Biden, I'm not mad at Biden, but I think all he had to do was be like, I said that, I forgot. He didn't have to like own up to his decision to pardon him. He could have like, oh, I said I wouldn't pardon him. Somebody should have told me that earlier. Yeah. He just wasting all his brain loss on fucking nothing. Because
this happened after, like, we seen what just played out with Trump, where Trump, he was actually supposed to go to court, but they just, I think his case is suspended indefinitely.
Because of his pardon? Like a president, well, not pardon, but the Supreme Court ruled that he can't be charged or whatever the fuck.
I'm not sure what was going to happen in that instance because I guess this law is kind of unwritten. Nobody ever thought we would elect a felon, let alone somebody with 34 felonies.
Yeah, and it's really, that's the other thing where I'm like, I don't know what's going on because it's like we're reusing laws from like the 1700s and shit. Mm-hmm. You know how like a Supreme Court case, they'll look into laws, or the Constitution, or like
something that like sets the precedent for
it. They'll look into precedents that were set hundreds of years ago that don't really apply, but they loosely apply. Yeah, and it's just like, why are we not amending our laws more frequently? Like, why are we're basically just like ravaging our country and just finding loopholes and just like stripping all. It's like you're just stripping a car down, just taking everything we can get. We're fucking we're looting our own fucking country, and we're just trying to get everything we can out of it. But it's like, when all that's done, what if we actually need like new laws for government to work? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, what if we actually need some of these laws to work so that we can get real shit done? But that's how the decline of empire works. So I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm punching the air right now, but like, god damn, man. It's like we going up in arms because the president son was doing drugs, fucking prostitutes, but the actual president was kind of doing the same thing minus the drugs. So as far as we know,
Donald Trump, that's one of the things he went to court for.
What, going on Epstein Island?
No, for paying off people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
so it's like, crack aside, they both paid for ass.
I'm pretty sure. I don't think there's a politician in this country, except for the women, that don't pay for ass.
I'm glad we stopping to talk about this now because it was a point I wanted to make earlier when we was talking about the whole Kendrick Schulz situation, right? Where it's like, I've seen so many people just going at Schulz online, like angry about it, just telling him why he was wrong for making that joke and things like that. Now, being around him, I feel like with him is more like showmanship, where it's like he see these people are riled up, so it's like, let me lean into it. Let me lean into the theatrics because these people aren't his audience. So now they're just introducing him into their world. Whereas like the internet does this thing where it's like, instead of just ignoring somebody, it's like, no, I got to tell you why you're wrong. And they'll just continue to engage with it. And I see that with this situation, Charleston White, Fresh and Fit podcast. It's just so many people. Like, I just really wish we would stop engaging with shit that does get us riled up.
Yeah, and we to your point, it's like if those guys if any of those guys were to do something good, nobody would have really paid any attention to it. So it's like, why do we always pay attention to the bad shit? Like, it's affecting us internally. Right. Because if all the content you're consuming is people disrespecting women and people disrespecting black women, people saying like weird shit about fucking, people saying like weird racist shit, people saying anti-Semitic shit. Like, if all you're engaging with is the negative sides of that, instead of just knowing it's out there and not paying too much attention to it, you're gonna just like be for one angry.
Yeah, right.
We're gonna wake up feeling like angry. You're gonna be fucking a little bit depressed because you feel hated. You know what I mean?
And then it's only gonna like rile you up even more when you see this person is becoming more successful because these groups. Now, I'm not gonna say I don't never want to compare a comedian to somebody like the whole Fresh and Fit situation or like.
Can I play the video, bro?
I don't never want to do that, but
you know exactly what video I'm talking about too.
But they all are like the one thing that a lot of these people do have in common is that they're monetizing y'all anger.
Yeah, you are all the angrier you get, the more exposure, and money they get because the people that are unrelenting and refuse to go against, one of these figures or characters, they actually like them more because of your disdain for them. That's usually how that goes.
Right.
So,
yeah, I don't like where the internet is turning, man.
Because it's so clear when it's a bit of a grift.
Oh yeah, no grifting.
Oh yeah, did you see they tried to South Korea? The president tried to declare martial law.
Yeah, I do love how that's the one good thing about like other countries having like a shared nationality. Like when they revolt, everybody's together. Whereas like when people say, "Why can't that happen in the U.S.?" It's like we couldn't even figure out COVID together.
Yeah, it's like black people and Mexicans can't even fucking get along.
Yeah, we're like legit like New Jersey and New York, 15 minutes away, couldn't even figure out are we showing the vax cards or not.
Yeah.
So to think that we actually going to come together and stand up to the government together, we can't the way of France or South Korea or just South American countries the way they revolt, man. But
yeah, we can't even get together on a state level. We can't get together on an ethnic level. But yeah, it's funny that you kind of picked up where I was going with that because when they declared martial law in a country like South Korea, which is it's a democratic country, it's got a pretty high GDP or whatever the fuck. They've got they've got like some standing in the world. So it's like a kind of progressive country. The president now, the martial law guy, I think is like the head of like conservative party or whatever the fuck.
I mean, but it is easy to come off as progressive when the other nigga right across the wall don't let anybody have the internet.
Yeah, it is very easy to look like a fucking saint next to North Korea.
Yeah.
But the soldiers, so like your job as a soldier, if somebody declares martial law, is like, enforce the law against citizens and maybe even fuck them up if you have to. But in South Korea, they're not going to do that. Like there's not going to be no soldiers, there's not going to be no cops beating up on other Koreans because they're like this could be my nephew.
Right.
This could be like, but in America, we do not feel like that even a little bit. Even across the same race, like you'll see a white cop beating the shit out of a white kid. Like they don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Because I did see one video where it was a woman where she walked right up to the soldier and the soldier had the rifle out and she grabbed the rifle and like the soldier just backed away from her.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to kill her over this shit. It's not
that serious. She don't have a weapon on her. She could live. Where if that shit was here, that whole crowd would have been done. 45%
of this country would have been like, she shouldn't have grabbed the gun.
Right.
Half her face missing. Well, she shouldn't have grabbed the gun. I think a part of that, my theory on that is having like a mandatory like military service. Because this is one of them countries where you have to, like everybody has to do it at some point. That's one of the reasons why we have like a voluntary one and why a voluntary one's more effective. Because when everybody has to do military service, nobody gets to be superior.
Okay.
But like the niggas that join like the army just so they go get a car, they feel like they're morally superior to other. Sometimes a lot of them are cool as fuck. Yeah. But like you have those guys that are like, I fought for my country. But it's like, nigga, you ain't have a car and your girl was pregnant. I know what this was.
Right. Yeah.
So you give people an opportunity to be better than us because we don't serve. You know, we
Right.
don't have to. So I'm not going to do that bullshit. So they are, and they get the board planes first. Like they feel you get when you sign up for a military service, you get to feel like you're better than everybody else.
Bro, military niggas, they get the board first with the elderly.
Yeah,
like somebody,
and they should if they were in combat.
Yeah.
But if you was just fixing fucking computers, sit the fuck back down with everybody else.
Take your ass to 34B.
But in fucking somewhere like Korea, it's mandatory in Israel too. Like you're all in the military, so it's just a shared experience. Like it's not anything that makes anybody better than anybody else, unless you were like a, an important soldier in battle or some shit.
Right.
But everybody's just like, yeah, I'm a soldier, but like this is my mom. Like I'm not about to fucking shoot somebody's mom. Yeah, we don't got that here. We don't have that. We do not have that at all. It looks nice though. Just being able to like, look, son, put the gun down. You can't do that shit here. Shoot that nigga right in his face.
I guess we can get into the movie real quick, man. So over the break, back as usual with another one, the Tubi movie of the week. We watched Killer Zaddy. And how you feel about this movie?
So how did I feel about this movie? Well, the name is very enticing. Yeah, let's start there.
The name Zaddy.
Yeah.
Shit, that's my goal. I'm trying to get the Zaddy level, but this one, I'm trying to be a Zaddy out here. And this movie, it actually came out last year. This came out 2023.
Damn, we got a 5.9 out of 10 for Tubi. That's not bad. How many reviews did it get on IMDb? 20. Well, this shit deserves it too. So I feel like that's a pretty it's a pretty good one. Killer Zaddy.
Wait, so the first review gave it a 10 out of 10. In this review, it says, "Zam, that Zaddy. Let me tell you about this movie. Or if you are exploring the bountiful platform that is Tubi." Hold up, this nigga trying too hard.
Yeah, who?
You are in luck because Killer Zaddy has got to be one of the movie I have seen today. Charles had me sweating. He was so fine, even though he was kinda old and looked like Chris Brown. He was cute and Zaddy material. The title dropped at the end of
this AI. They had an AI scour Facebook and try to talk black on IMDb. I'm on to them. Either that or it's the guy from the movie writing it about himself.
Okay, they had a budget of about 30,000. It says.
I enjoyed that there was a real plot in the movie.
Yeah, no. This movie, so Killer Zaddy, I mean, it's kind of like, what it sounds like. It's a thriller. It's about a young girl named Naomi, and Naomi, she's played by Sydney Page. In this movie, this was actually directed and written by Denise Monet, and she plays a character in the movie. She plays Melanie in this movie. So yeah, she directed, wrote, and acted in this. In this movie, it's Naomi. She's struggling. She's struggling with money. She has she's trying to balance between school and work, and she meets an older man who, like, at first she thinks she's being offered the job position, but then she later finds out he's trying to be her zaddy, and soon after that, Charles, he starts getting controlling. You can never trust an old nigga named Charles.
Yeah, there's no good ones.
Yeah.
Manson. Boom.
Yeah.
No, I can't think of a good one.
I don't trust a nigga with too many hats like that. You never trust a nigga with too many colorful fedoras.
He did have a lot of fucking hats in this movie. I think that was part of his character. Yeah. To make him more of a zaddy, he had to have the colorful hats. And it was actually it's a scene where he has a business like partner or whatever, and he gifts him a hat. And the guy's all appreciative. He's like, "Thank you." But it's like, I think it's like a silent scene because there's music playing over it. Yeah. If you know anything about Tubi, you know there's music over all the fucking scenes. Sometimes you can't even hear what they're saying. And yeah, it was one of them because somebody's nephew has a fucking R&B career that he's trying to launch, and they just have to fucking put the songs in the goddamn movie.
I wonder what city. Do we know what city this was shot in?
I have no idea. I could not figure it out. It wasn't obvious. I don't know if they said it. The lead in this movie, I'm not gonna say she sucked, but I'm gonna make. She didn't seem like she wanted to be there.
I mean,
she wasn't acting as though she wanted this to be a memorable performance. And it's not that I don't think she got it in her. I don't think any of these people don't have it in them. I think they just don't give a fuck at all. If I'm being honest.
Yeah. That's I actually want to play this song. I want to play this song from like about a minute into the movie. I just like that part. You
like the song?
Yeah, I just like the beat. They had no words or anything. It just sounded like a nigga just trying to like, you know, get they producing off.
Yeah, for sure. That's all these movies are. It's a platform to do shit.
Yeah.
It's a talent show.
Yeah. Let me see that.
Yeah, and you gotta give, even though the movie sucks, sometimes the songs aren't bad.
Yeah. So yeah, in this, he takes her shopping. He takes her shopping to you know, a nice boutique store where he gets his hats and
platform.
Yeah.
This is a real store, I'm sure. I feel like the lady that works in the store in the movie probably actually owns the store.
Yeah.
That's the sense I'm getting.
So that right there, you know, he meets, I guess, the woman. She's about his age and comes across them at the register, and she asks, "Is that your daughter?" And that kind of makes it a little awkward for them. I feel like this movie, I feel like it is realistic in a sense of, ladies, be careful of these old niggas out here. Just like,
yeah, it was over the top, but there was like the gist of it is like he's possessive.
Yeah, he's possessive.
Like he buys her shit. He thinks it means that like he owns her now.
Right, he's controlling. And like in this movie, I say Charles is probably like in his 40s, where she's like a young college student. We have nothing in common.
Yeah, I really think that it is weird that the age we are right now, right. There's a baby right now that like, if we decided to go that route in 20 years, I don't think when I'm older, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that shit.
Yeah, no. Even like, I don't have the patience for that conversation. Yeah. Let alone even like making it to sex. Imagine you in your 40s, you want to relax. You come home from a long day at the office. You just trying to chill. You want some dinner ready. And I don't know, you expecting something good, fulfilling. She in there eating Takis. She got sunflower seeds. She fucking watching Drewski and Kevin Hart.
Yeah, dude, that's like, how is your future wife watching Baby Shark right now? How is that not crazy? And I feel like the whole discussion is like, well, men do it, women do it. It's like a cougar if a woman does it. I don't think anybody should do that.
Yeah.
I think it's fucked up that you got to eat pussy to get your student loans paid off. Or you got to suck dick to get your student loans paid off. That's not the society that I want to live in. Because if there's no money aspect to it, who's really fucking a man 30 years older?
Right.
Like, when I'm 50, I'm going to be a sexy-ass 50-year-old nigga, but, like, who am I going to be able to fuck for free? We got to stop leaving our kids, because that's what happens when you leave your daughter. Yeah. I'm tired of niggas leaving their daughter, man.
No, seriously. That's exactly why. You have to be the daddy so they don't end up looking for a zaddy.
Exactly.
Yeah, because they going to find that male figure some way. So, yeah. So be in your child's life, man. Be in your child's life.
Yeah. Daddy issues, we make that like the woman's problem. It's like, you got daddy issues. But it's the nigga's fault.
It's the nigga that leaves.
Yeah, he left. And like, I mean, and you might even be like, you left because it didn't work out with the mom. And it's sometimes, you know, the mom's unbearable. But as a nigga, you gotta pick better people to fuck raw. Like, it's still on you at the end. Like, if your baby mom's fucked up. It'd be hard. Yeah. I mean, I'm not good at picking women. I mean, I've lucked out. But like, my success rate isn't high. Even because we just judge looks. Yeah. Because we just go, she look all right. Yeah. But, you know, she fucking...
she ain't stopping me?
Yeah. We overlook clear red flags.
Yeah. This movie is it's about an hour, 20 minutes. Killer Zaddy. If you're looking for something to watch, it's not the best acting. It's not there's no BBLs in this. There's no BBLs. I feel like they found the girl that was really struggling in real life, and actually was going through some hardship.
Yeah, I kind of have a feeling that she really is broke and he really is willing to pay for some young pussy, because they both aren't great actors, but the chemistry makes sense. It's not great chemistry, but it's believable.
Shit, yeah. So if y'all looking for something to check out, man, check out Killer Zaddy.
Yeah, I mean, like, you look this guy up, you see his face, salt and pepper beard, plays this character pretty well. Like, who you think he in church every Sunday?
Yeah, he ain't even audition. They found this nigga at a bar.
Yeah, or they might have found him at church trying to get pussy.
Shit, man. If y'all looking for something to check out Killer Zaddy. You see, you got anything else before we get out of here?
Nah.
Well, man, we definitely appreciate y'all tuning in with us each and every week, man. Just keep supporting us. Also, definitely, if y'all can, when y'all see the videos, just keep engaging with us. Keep engaging with us on the podcast page, our own personal pages. You know, we recently found out that our content, we were posting videos, and recently found out the reason why it wasn't growing is because one of our videos got flagged. Didn't even know.
It sucked because we were talking about this. I was just like, I feel like there's something.
Yeah, we kept saying it, like, yo, we feel like there's something holding us back. That's just like, hey, Pepsi.
Yeah, and to my surprise, it wasn't the Jews. It was it was something else.
It was something we did. Yeah.
So, maybe instead of blaming the Jews all the time, I should look within myself.
Yeah, but it was crazy because they said it was the conversation we had about hip hop being homoerotic. They said it was sexually suggestive.
I kind of get that.
I get it too, but it's just like, I know women that promote their actual OnlyFans on Instagram.
Yeah.
Not saying that they shouldn't be allowed to, but it's just like, I really do need a handbook on like the guidelines, like what draws the line and what doesn't, because it's like,
yeah, it's not fair.
Yeah, it's fresh BBLs on the timeline. Like the wounds are still healing, and we getting in trouble for words.
Yeah, it really doesn't make a lot of sense, and I feel like it's probably like incendiary rhetoric.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a careful watch on words right now, because, and it's like, it's not like we didn't put this on ourselves.
Yeah,
it's like everybody, the internet's wild right now. You can say anything. It's fucking insane. So I think people are like, I think there's some overcorrecting going on.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Instagram probably doesn't want to be like Twitter, because Twitter is like, it's literally just the most racist place on the planet. It's insane. It's like you click on a thread and it's like walking into a Klan rally. It's fucking wild. I never seen anything like it in my life. Yeah, they need to go back to, every app should just only show you people that you follow, for one, and it should be in chronological order.
Yeah, just start with just give us the basics. That's all I want. I just want to see the people I actually know. Like, I've had that happen a few times where like somebody popped up, somebody like, I'll be out with another comic, and like me and another comic will exchange Instagrams, but we don't even know that we already follow each other just because we haven't seen each other content in years.
Oh yeah, that happens all the time.
Yeah,
I only see this. You see the people that, like, our phones are always so close to each other, so I'm gonna see your shit. Well, I mean, that doesn't make sense because sometimes our content is tagged together, but even if it's not, I'm gonna see your shit, for example, because our phones ping off the same like IP address, so it's tracking us. People that engage with the same interests in me and same ads, I'm gonna see those people all the time.
Right.
And it's like the people whose story you watch the most, or whatever the fuck, or like the people who you see the most, it keeps giving you those people because it thinks you want to see them. But it's like, I only see them because they keep fucking showing up first.
Right.
Like, I don't want to see these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like if you see me going through your story, I hate you. Just know it. Like, if you see my name under story watches, I hate your fucking guts, because I've seen all of your shit by accident.
Just definitely keep supporting us, keep engaging with us.
Yeah, even though I just said I hate you guys. No, this isn't the
you know
fans.
what would be funny about the stories though?
What?
I know, like, you know how, like, I know a few sex workers like this. I know, like, you know, women that just, like, not even women, just people that post, like, really provocative content, right? But then they
Right.
close friends, they'll post, like, them eating something. It's like, who got you scared? Why you gotta hide your food?
Well, if you like a OnlyFans model, eating is this. You're not supposed to eat. You're supposed to be like skinny. So you lose your brand deal because you ate a cheeseburger, but you can post your pussy for everybody to see, just as long as you're not eating too much.
Man. But yeah, definitely keep supporting us, man. We'll be back with y'all next week, man. This has been another good one. I'm Anthony Moore.
I'm Asante Morris.
And we out of here.
Bye, everybody.